So this is a slave house too?
This is the entrance. Now, this is a former museum for women. This was
okay, now we are in the slave house, in the special room of weighing slaves. Because the room was called the room for weighing slaves. Because they used to weigh men, not girls, not women, not infants. They used to weigh only men. Why? Because the men were supposed to get the right weight of 60 kilo of weight to become soldable, to become a good slave. You should be 60 kilo or more, no less. Less than 60 kilo, you had to be fed in a special cell. I will show you. Okay, the cell named the cell of the temporary inept. So here they used to gather all family to welcome every family that came, to split them afterwards in different cells we'll see downstairs. And even the Pope John Paul II came, and he stood by the door of no return and asked for forgiveness on behalf of the Christian Church, Catholic Church, because of the implication of certain tribal chiefs in this tract. So now we are in the slave house, as you can see, as shaped. Let us move a little bit to see the broad shape of the slave house, facing the door of no return. This door of no return, empty door, you see, of no return. Okay. And while downstairs, so we had, okay, cells, from right to left, cell for men. You have after the cell for kids, the cell for the girls, young girls, and between the two stairs, okay, and there's two stairs, okay, the cell for the rebels, and after you have the cell for the temporarily inept, those who do not fit the 60 kilo of weight, and after you have the cell for women. And by the door of no return, you had two big corridors, which were a sort of living rooms where they were expecting, okay, their doom to be sealed. So the two last corridors were occupied by the slave guards, and the slave guard is someone who has lost his family, who has been a long time here without being sold, and now they liberated them to recruit them again to anew for them to become soldiers, guards, to maintain order, and even sometimes kill their own people. So upstairs were living slave masters. Slave masters were living upstairs, their life of luxury, without taking care of all the problems that are happening. People, kids which were babies who were crying, they did not care about all that. And after you have, okay, the balcony, okay, on top. So we'll see all these places. So we had the historians, they calculated some 15 to 20 million of slaves that transited by Gore, remained here for 1 month to 3 months before taking the boat to go. But 6 million were reported to be to die, to be dead because of bad treatments, because of diseases and things like that. And scurvy was the most threatening disease that killed many people. Okay, food currency of C vitamin. Some people cannot feed themselves, and their destiny was to die. Flash punishment, which appeared in the Black Code, it means that every slave that refused to obey his master was likely to be, okay, punished. Whipped 29 times. Even the pregnant women, they had to dig only, okay, the hole on the ground. Okay, she lies down on the ground to hide the belly, and then they will, the stomach, and they will beat her on the back 29 times. So this was the law. Because according to their philosophers, their thinkers, okay, the black man is, they had this racist attitude. They say that the black man is in the rate of value is under the ape. They have these chains they used to have for slaves. And this iron ball I was telling you about, more than 10 kilos. Fix it at one ankle to prevent the slave from escaping, from swimming, otherwise he will drown. So now starting by starting by an example of cell for men. So you can enter. So men were kept here in this tiny space. It's a standard cell measuring 2.5 meters cross 2.5 meters, where they could have just one window here to get fresh air. And they were chained arm and feet, kept here all day long except 1 hour or 2 for strolling outside, accompanied by those slave guards who will take care of them to go to toilet, to eat, and things like that. But past this time of strolling outside, if they needed to go to toilet, they had to do it on the spot. That's why infection was so common that many diseases started from this same place. So here you could have some 15 to 30 slaves in this tiny room, like this one also. So all these are standard rooms, standard cells for men, measuring 2.5 meters cross 2.5 meters. And here infants. Infants, but I will start with the one of girls, and after do split. So girls, jeunes filles in French. So these girls were named the privileged between brackets because it was the only cell with toilet inside, covered by this stone. And each night, slave masters who were living upstairs were getting downstairs to fetch these girls, rape them. If they happened to be pregnant, they were liberated, taken into small houses, closed houses in Gore Island and St. Louis to take care of their health. So once the baby is born, if it's the male, they say mulatto. If it's the girl, they say signor. That's who were born, the signor.
Also, these girls were actually left by the slave masters.
Slave masters, yeah, so because they were got pregnant by the slave masters. Now to gain this freedom, they needed to have contact with these white men.
Were they virgins too, or
the virgin, mostly virgin. They were mostly virgin, but they were young girls, yeah.
so
but mostly
they raped the virgin girls.
The virgin girls, because for them, yeah. Because it was also in their mind to say that I was the one, or the first one, yeah, to be. Now infants, age 5 to 12 years old, they were separated from their fathers and mothers and lying here on the floor. They had just one rope to hide their sex. Suffering from constant diseases and bad conditions of detention here. And we could have some 30 kids suffering from diseases like scurvy, like malaria, like typhus also, and dying in numbers, with the death rate nearly equal to 33%, the highest death rate you can have here in this house.
You know why this is like this? Because so they can shoot out.
That's why they call it meurtrière. And now here, the temporarily inept. Here, the temporarily inept, why? Because it was dedicated to those slaves that did not reach the 60 kilo of weight, that they had to feed with local bean named nyebe, rich in protein, for them to grow within 1 month to 3 months, because it was the legal stay for a slave, 1 month to 3 months. And here, this special cell is that of the recalcitrant in French, the stubborn, those rebels. Those rebels which were sold already but did not want to get on board a ship. Now for punishment, they were kept here, and they used to close it with an iron barred door. So 5 to 7 of them kneeling and entering inside, liberated only one time a day like the others, and that was their fate, to accept or die. Nelson Mandela, at his liberation from prison in South Africa, came here in 1991. He wanted to enter after they explained him what did happen here. He wanted to enter, but the protocol said him no, because of his age. To dare to bow, did not have him to feel pain. So he forced the protocol. At length, he did enter. He remained there at the bottom for some minutes. he got out with tears because moved by the reminiscence of Robben Island, where he did stay a good deal of his life, 27 years, okay, in prison. Yeah, we had some particular tribe like the Yoruba. The Yoruba was the most rated tribe you could have. That's why for them, having one Yoruba in one's group was a sign of riches, because they were stronger, muscularly speaking. So they were the stronger, more resistant. It was the most purchased race. And here you have the cell for women. Women were kept here, and they used to practice here some crossbreeding with the Yoruba.
Oh, did you do what?
Here they used to practice a crossbreeding. It's usually the room for ladies. For ladies, they used to invite. They used to take here ladies and invite Yoruba men to copulate with these by force with these ladies to have this crossbreeding to give strong children. So this is what they used to do. It's crossbreeding.
Okay.
And now we go to like animals. Yeah. And here the door of no return. And first you have these two corridors. The two corridors was, as I told you earlier, okay, these waiting rooms where they were kept and chained arm and feet. And they were kept chained arm and feet, and they were also branded with hot iron. Okay, with the identification, with the names of the owner. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, brother.
Alhamdulillah, you're back.
Give me a hug.
Back. You're back. That is a justification that nobody can wipe out the blood.
So
you got it.
At the door of no return.
At the door of no return, yeah.
But you returned.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
returned, yeah.
I returned my sister. That's right. And I ain't going back.
Yeah.
If I can help. Only just going for visits to see my family and stuff, and
Yes.
stuff, friends,
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm here in Africa.
Yeah, in Africa. So we're happy to
That's why I'm
attend
happy
that, yeah. To be here at the right time.
Okay, so this is the door of no return.
Yeah. Return here. This is a show and so. And we have to be aware of that.